Episode 9 is set to end the Skywalker saga and the sequel trilogy itself by J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one aspect of Episode 9 that a lot of people are very curious about is exactly how J.J. Abrams is going to utilize the interactions between both Kylo Ren and Rey in this story, and exactly how that's actually going to be used by the very end of this movie. Now, what's really interesting about all of this is that we do know that J.J. Abrams will be inserting a lot of different angles and elements of course, the Star Wars universe in Episode 9. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the set leaks, alright, this all has to do with the moment between both Adam Driver and Daisy Ridley as, of course, Rey and Kylo Ren. Now, it's described that both Daisy Ridley and Adam Driver shot a sequence during the month of October over at Cardington in which they were both walking on a large catwalk where a green screen was wrapped around the entire set piece. It's described that the green screen will be replaced with glimpses of the origins of the galaxy, as well as Kylo and Rey's first look into the beyond. The scene is said to take place in some kind of temple, and will have a time-traveling element to it all, where Rey and Kylo Ren walk across time and space, learning about the truth of the dark and the light. It's described that a certain effect will be used in post before they enter the doorway that appears to be similar to the visuals of hyperspace used in the Star Wars franchise. So what's really interesting about this to me is that this most certainly sounds like Kylo Ren and Rey are flow walking in Episode 9, and we do know that J.J. Abrams is tapping into a lot of Legends material in order to really make this film really, a satisfying movie to a lot of hardcore fans out there. So the first thing that I do want to go over is this catwalk that's actually said to be in the middle of a 360-degree green screen, where the actual visuals that are set to replace the green screen will actually consist of the origins of the galaxy, as well as Kylo and Rey's first look at the Beyond. Now, the Beyond, by the way, is going to be a major piece of the plot of Episode 9 in the background. It's going to be quite significant in this movie. Whatever it or where it is, we're not quite sure. But one thing is for certain is that we do know that Kylo Ren and the Knights of Ren really want to learn more and more about the Beyond in the movie. So, the thing here is this. I can find this being a very controversial piece in Star Wars, where it's actually described that time-traveling elements will be inserted into this scene in particular between both Kylo Ren and Rey while they're walking on top of this catwalk. Now, this to me, I will say, it sounds like it is very similar to what we got in Star Wars Rebels Season 4, alright, also known as the episode Worlds Between Worlds, one of my favorite episodes in Star Wars Rebels, and we do know that J.J. Abrams had a lot of discussions with Dave Filoni, the man who is the showrunner of Star Wars Rebels, the animated TV series. So, the other thing that I do want to go over is how this whole entire sequence will offer the origins of the galaxy in front of both Kylo Ren and Rey, as well as new truths about the dark side and the light side of the Force that will make the audience understand everything all about this in great and specific details. So what I like about this is that J.J. Abrams really is trying to do something very Force-heavy in a Star Wars movie, especially when it comes to not just the Jedi and the Sith lore, but also the magical side of Star Wars. We're talking about the cosmic Force, right? The Force, the Netherworld, everything like that, and the Beyond is going to be something on that medium. And I think that's one thing that a lot of fans are really looking forward to seeing in this movie. So, if you actually do read a lot of Legends and EU material of the Star Wars franchise, you will know that Jason Solo, who is basically, the other version of Kylo Ren in Legends, he was able to flow walk. And in this scenario, it seems like that JJ is giving both Rey and Kylo Ren the ability to flow walk in a temple. So this all takes place within a temple. We're not quite sure if it's a Sith or a Jedi temple or maybe something in between for all we know. We do know that this movie really is going to offer something also in between, both the light and the dark, and that the Beyond will answer that in Episode 9. So that's another thing to actually keep note of here. Now, the great thing about Kylo and Rey in the second act of the movie is that they both go on personal missions. They both go on, their own little mission where Kylo goes to the Dark Spire and Rey goes over to the Lost City. The Dark Spire, in case you guys have no clue what that is, that's a new castle structure that will be appearing in Episode 9. So, by the very end of this movie, we do know that the new threat is going to force both Kylo and Rey to have interactions with each other. So I think that this whole entire sequence could very well be connected to the new threat, or maybe even the new threat showing Kylo Ren and Rey a certain truth about the Beyond itself and the power and basically, the wisdom that it really holds. I think that when we look at Episode 9, J.J. Abrams really is trying to do something very original and unique that's really gonna come out of left field and be very unexpected for the fans. So let me know what you guys think about all of this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Gun in hand, we are alone again. No, I'm not the one from night to morning.